Oh.
Tony Gonzalez.
I mean, we could do this all day if you want.
I don't know about all day. Ron
I could do
Rivera?
it all day, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera. And see, I was coming out of the blocks hot today, but got sidetracked by Cal football.
Dude, it's a big game.
Okay. I want to talk about this 4th and 15 last night.
Oh, okay.
I could keep going if you want, but I'm not.
Goo.
I couldn't believe as I was in the car driving, listening to it.
So Atlanta's down 3. They're down 3, the Falcons. They have 4th and 15 at their own 20.
I couldn't believe it.
4th and 15.
All right, go ahead.
At their own 20, they have all 3 timeouts.
Punt it.
I'm like, okay, punt this, get a hold. They went for it. Cousins throws an interception.
Oh,
Not
man.
his fault. He just had to make a play.
Oh, please.
And then all of a sudden, Tampa Bay's got the ball. 1st and 10 at Atlanta's like 30 or 28.
Night.
So they're already in field goal range.
Yes, right.
But they held.
Wow, man.
And then field goal was missed. Boom. Go down, tie it, and win it in overtime. I was thinking that's a terrible call, but then I was thinking, well, wait a minute. You got to get a stop anyway. So if they punt it down, if they punt that, and the Bucs have the ball, let's say at their own 25, 1st and 10.
1 first down,
They've been moving the ball all night long. Yeah. They have 30 points already.
But they're conservative.
Who?
The Tampa Bay or the team that had the lead like that. They're not trying.
What I'm going for is to celebrate performance today. How about Pete? All right.
Yeah.
It's always disconcerting hearing your own voice. But yeah, one first down, then by Tampa Bay, it's over.
Right.
But when Tampa Bay gets the ball at the 28, now they got to, what do?
Yeah.
You try to push it in for a score? Yeah.
And what about, people would have been coming for Morris's head, the head coach for the Falcons, Steiny. They got to delay a game before the game time kick.
It's just to push the field goal back to a more comfortable range.
Yeah, right. Get your act together. There is no reset. When I saw that flag, I said, holy cannoli.
Well, hold on.
He made it.
Did I mess something
up? And I was
here?
Behind you guys, too, on the vine.
Play by play.
Yeah, you guys already hit the game was over, and I'm waiting for the kick to go through to tie it. But, man.
Touchdown.
You got it right.
Field goal, 30.
Holy cannoli.
No, they punted. They punted. That wasn't the fumble. The fumble was the possession before that. Yeah, somebody said they fumbled. Tampa Bay fumbled the possession before that. That gave the Falcons the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 20. That's the one where they got to the 4th down, threw an interception, and then Tampa Bay got minus 14 yards on their drive.
Man, shame. And then what about the pass from Atlanta to where they spiked it with 1 second left?
Brilliant.
Like you were living on the edge, but it panned out.
I'm not sure Shanahan would do that.
Man.
It's gutsy. But you have to have a quarterback that knows time and situation. It's something Purdy's got to work on.
What is Spadoni text, or was that you, Kirk Clutchins? That's a 4. Last night it was.
Quietly raising his record to 9-12 now. Primetime games. Nobody can't get the big one. The big one.
Those are facts.
They're not facts.
We'll see.
Falcons have a better record than Niners right now. Hey,
I said Deshaun Jackson, Cal alum. Somebody said Deshaun. I said D-Jack. Catch him on TV.
I mean, are you just going to blurt out names of Cal grads over the years?
Maybe. We'll see.
Anyway, the way the Falcons handled that was interesting because I think he knew what he was doing actually, and he knew it was risky, but he said, "I'm going to do it anyway." Anyway, so here's what I was thinking last night because I tend to look at sports differently. So we're coming into this year, 49ers, and they got weaponry. Oh God, do they have weaponry? Oh, they got McCaffrey.
You're talking to me.
And they got Deebo. Oh, and they got
Kittle.
Aiyuk and Kittle. So we're coming into the year, and we're all saying, Brock Purdy's, how good is he? What do you pay him? Well, do you pay him? Yeah, you're going to have to pay him. What is it, 40? Is it 50? You know what? He's got to get paid. Like, he's the most important player on the team right now.
Yeah.
Like, if I told you, like, Brock Purdy's been the most reliable player on the Niners, but their weapons haven't done anything.
Well, he's the maestro of the weapons.
Right. So my point is this.
He's been the most important player, Steiny, since he took over.
Well, then why did McCaffrey finish higher in the MVP race? See, that's what I'm getting at. But now, this is the question, Goo. So you're going to have to pay Purdy. He's earned it. He deserves it.
All right.
So you have McCaffrey, Kittle, Aiyuk, and Deebo Samuel.
Yes, sir.
Who are the three guys? Like, you can't keep them all.
Yeah, right. And
So who are the 3 of the 4 that you're keeping, and who are you not keeping?
Well,
you have to keep Purdy, but you have to pay him.
Yeah.
So which one of these 4? McCaffrey's missed the whole season. Kittle's missed the game. Ayuk's off to a bad start. Deebo Samuel's been hurt. They've all kind of been a little unreliable in their own way.
Well, Kittle right now is penciled in for me. And the reason I say that
as the guy to lose?
No, is the guy that is one of the 3 that remains. I don't know what's going on. And we talked about it with Willard and Dibbs, Steiny. I just do not know what's going on with Brandon Aiyuk from a personal standpoint. I don't know if there's bad blood, but if there is, then his ass can get traded or something could pop off in the offseason. I thought it was going to be Deebo Samuel, and I appreciate everything he's done, Steiny. But I'll say this. I mean, right now, I got to go Kittle, Deebo, and I feel like I don't want to just do this for Friday for effect. What if McCaffrey's career is in the balance and he never can come back? So that naturally would take himself out of that, but that's extreme. But if not, those would be my 3 right now. I think Brandon Aiyuk is on the fast. Something's going on, and hopefully I'm wrong, but you just said it. Those would be my 3. And now you got Brock. So I know you think I'm playing with this, and you got the guy that's picking up the slack for in Mason for McCaffrey. So I'm going to come at you in a world where McCaffrey never came back. You're still good in the running back position with the emergence now of number 13.
I see what you're saying.
So I feel like that's enough. I know it sounds crazy. I hope McCaffrey's back, but damn, Steiny.
I think it's
Brock Purdy is.
I think it's easy. The guy who's got to go is Aiyuk. I think you're right.
Because of what's going on, or just wow.
Here's the way I look at it is I think you need Kittle because of the run and pass game. I think you need Deebo because he's just so unique and he's such a game breaker. So that leaves McCaffrey and Aiyuk. And so when I think of McCaffrey, I'm like, well, he's obviously one of the best running backs in football. But you know what? How big is the drop-off to Jordan Mason? All right, there's a drop-off, but is it significant? You could make a case to keep Aiyuk and have Mason be the next McCaffrey. Huh? Wouldn't be the end of the world, but I am with you. It's Aiyuk.
There's something going on.
So,
man.
But how about the way, don't you think it's ironic that 5 months ago we're saying this is a team that probably can't make a run without him or that needs him to make a run? And now, after Purdy's played the 4 games that he's played.
Preaching, man.
And he's the man, or looks like the man.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't need to do it with Aiyuk.
Now,
especially because, and here's why I would end up losing Aiyuk instead of McCaffrey, because it would come down to those 2 guys for me. But I think Jennings, if you go from Aiyuk to Jennings, it's less of a drop-off than McCaffrey to Mason.
Did you feel that way before the season started?
No.
Because I would have called you crazy.
Well,
I would have said, no, that's too big of a dip.
I've always liked Jennings. I have.
I have. I believe you.
I just think he's tough. I love the way.
He had a better Super Bowl than Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah,
and
no
Deebo
doubt.
Samuel.
But which of the 3 do the Niners need the most moving forward?
Well, I want to double back to McCaffrey.
All right.
Okay, so I don't want to get too technical on you. Shout out Low Neal. But Steiny, the pre-snap stuff and where the multiple positions of McCaffrey can line up, he can be out wide. You can do a lot with him. I don't think you could do that right now with Mason. So there's more fear with McCaffrey on the field, wherever he's lined up at before the snap. And I think that may be leading to the difficulties for the Niners in the red zone. So when you just talk about strictly running the ball, Mason, there's not that big drop-off because he's a different dynamic. But when you talk about totality and what McCaffrey can do and how big of a threat he is, Steiny, you missed that. So with that said, I'm still going to Brandon Aiyuk because I just thought you were crazy, anybody, if you would have said that Jennings can give you the same type of production, and now that's what we're watching. And I don't know when it's going to end. And all I can think about is Dibbs' face yesterday and Willard when they were saying, okay, yeah, Sunday's a big game against Arizona,
right,
division foe. But then there's that scoreboard of it's imperative or almost a must that Brandon get off in regard to his personal numbers. That's not good to me. You want everything. You wanted them to win by 30 and Aiyuk put up 200 yards. But Steiny, if we keep kicking the can down the road naturally and he's only getting 2 or 3 touches, and if you're right, your theory is he's not getting enough targets to begin with, I don't know where this thing is headed.